What's up guys, Shaun Letang here again today, and today I've got another music industry discussion for you. So in this video, I'm going to be asking, is Spotify slowly killing the music industry? Well, there's been a lot of talk about this over the years. Some people think that Spotify is the worst thing that's ever happened to the music industry. People can literally stream your music, and the artists, they don't even get paid pennies for each time that someone streams their song. On the other hand, there's some people that say it's really good. People can get access to your music and they don't even have to pay for it. But you personally, you get paid money when you get enough streams. So what do I personally think? Is Spotify a good thing, or is it slowly killing the music industry? Let's discuss today and see how this applies to you and your music career. I'm actually going to give you my answer right from the beginning. I think Spotify is a really good thing for the music industry, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it's a no friction way for you to get music to your fans and for them to pay you financially for that music. I love that Spotify allows you to do this in a non-friction way. Fans don't actually have to take their wallets out, so if they like your music, money isn't an issue. Because previously when CD sales were about, people had to like your music enough that they actually want to buy your music over someone else's. And it was a zero-sum game. If one of your fans was spending money on XYZ artists, they spent money on like 5 different artists that month, and they've only got enough money to buy albums from 5 people, and then yours comes along, they can't buy your album because they've already spent their money. But on the other hand, with Spotify, they can listen to your album, they can listen to other people's, as many people as they want, it really doesn't matter. But either way, they still get to listen to your music and you get paid. On the other hand though, one of the arguments that I hear against Spotify plays is that they don't pay you enough. You only get a little bit per stream, and on average for 1,000 streams you get around $3 or so. I do get what people are saying, but I don't totally agree. Again, I think it's a good thing that you can actually get paid for your streams and fans don't have to take out their wallet. The thing that a lot of people are missing out on is, yes, you don't get paid that much per stream, but if you weren't a big artist in the first place, if you weren't kind of selling out tours, if you weren't selling a lot of music, you may not be making any money for your music. People may not be buying your music in the first place, so you won't be making any money at all. That said, on the other hand, if you've got streams and you only got a few fans, people may think, alright, I want to give this person a listen, it's quite frictionless, it's not really taking me any money, so why not, let me give them a go. And that artist, instead of making no money, they're going to be making some money, even if it's not that much. But putting aside the argument about whether you get paid enough or not for each stream, I want to make a point that there are some musicians that are making really nice money on Spotify. And I'm talking about independent musicians, I'm not really talking about major artists. What I really like about the Spotify platform is they're really open with their numbers. So while you can't see the exact amount of streams each musician has got, what you can do is you can check out their monthly listeners. All you need to do is load up the Spotify app, and from there you can search any artist you want and you can actually see the amount of monthly listeners they get. For me, this is a really good thing. I really like this feature. You can actually go out right now and do research on some of the musicians in your genre and see how well they're doing. And if they're independent musicians, you can get a good idea of how much they're making and how much is going in their pocket. I don't want to make this all theory though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on my computer and I'm going to show you some musicians that are making decent money from Spotify. Some more than others, but either way, all of these people, they're going to be independent musicians in the UK scene. As you can see, they can make decent money from this, and so can you if you make good music. So let's jump onto my computer. What I want to do is look at 3 different musicians, all of them independent and all at different stages of their music career. So I'm going to start with the smallest and I'm going to work my way up. And as you'll notice, these are all UK acts because I'm from the UK, so it's just the people I'm more familiar with. So yeah, let's have a look. The first artist is a guy called Screwfizzer, and as you can see over here, it says he's got monthly listeners, 356,000 roughly. Now, let me make something clear. Monthly listeners is not the same as streams. For each of these monthly listeners, you can be getting multiple streams. So someone can listen to your songs twice, and even if they listen to your songs twice, 2, 3, 4 times, it'll still be counted as one monthly listener. So in terms of actual streams, he's getting a lot more streams than this. That said, as far as I know, there's no way we can look at the streams, so we're going to base things off the monthly listeners. And typically, you're going to get about $7 for 1,000 monthly listeners. This is an estimated number, but it's widely accepted. And remember, once again, this is monthly listeners I'm talking about, not about streams. So let me go over here, get the calculator. And if we do the math, we're going to do 7 times 356. And that's how much money he's currently making roughly based on his monthly listeners. Remember, for each 1,000 listeners he gets, he's getting around $7. And if you're talking about how many thousands he's getting, that's the 356 number over here. So you can go to any musician on Spotify and you can check out their monthly listeners if you're on a desktop app, and you can work out how much they're making roughly. Remember, these are estimated numbers only, but even so, it's good to get a ballpoint figure of the kind of money that these musicians are making. Once you know this, you know what's achievable for you as well. And one more important thing to say is this is based in dollars, this is not pounds. So currently he's making an estimated $2,492 per month. No, it's not quite a full-time income, but bear in mind, he's probably got other revenue streams as well. And that's something that I strongly recommend for all musicians. You don't really want to just be making money from one way in your music career. So for example, you may make money from Spotify streams, but you may also make money from merchandise, from gigs, from YouTube ads, from a membership, for example, on Patreon. There are a number of ways you can make money from your music career. And the great thing about this as well is once you get to a certain level, it often doesn't take that much work to add on an additional revenue stream. So even with Spotify, for example, a lot of the time you're building up your name outside of this platform and then you send them to Spotify. So essentially, it doesn't really take much work to add Spotify into the mix. I'm going to be talking a lot more about monetizing your music and the different ways you can do this in a future video. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we're going to get those videos to you. But anyway, let's look at the next act now, and that is someone called Bugsy Malone. So let me quickly search him. If we go in here again, another independent UK artist. And this guy, he's getting roughly around 1,307,000 monthly listeners. And of course, that's pretty decent. So again, let's get the calculator. Let's clear this. We do 7 times 1,307 equals, so that's $9,149 per month. Again, that's not bad at all. And again, you can look into him. He's an independent artist, but as you can see, he's doing pretty decent. Again, this isn't going to be his only revenue stream, so bear that in mind. Now, lastly, we got someone else. Let's go here, KSI. And KSI, some of you may know about him. He's actually quite big on the YouTube scene. And he's more known as a YouTuber rather than a musician. But he's actually just released an album recently and the numbers there are taking off. So I thought we'd look at him because he's doing music as well. So currently, 4,538,000 monthly listeners. And I personally know that this number is going to go up over the coming months because his album is now released. He's getting a bunch of plays and I don't think the numbers are quite caught up. But even so, let's go with these numbers. So we clear this. 7 times 4,538. $31,766 per month. And again, that is a big number, but bear in mind, this is, I wouldn't quite say it's the top, but in terms of independent musicians, is very high. You're not going to get this as your average musician. You need to build a real audience, be building up your fan base over time, and maybe you may be able to hit these numbers in future. But even so, even if you hit the numbers of the other people, that's still pretty good. And remember, I'm only using 3 independent artists here. What you can go and do is you can look up your favorite independent artists and you can see how much they're making. Some of them won't be making that much, but some of them, they'll be making a full-time income, maybe even a better income than you can earn at a day job. So there you have it, 3 musicians that are doing really well with Spotify. And you can actually make a full-time income from this platform if you know how and if you make good music. Spotify isn't going to reward you for music that's not that good, and they're not going to reward you if you don't do the promotion that you need to get your songs out there. But as you've seen, it is possible to make some decent money if you do it right and if you get people to actually want to listen to your music. One really important thing that I'll say though is if you're just doing music traditionally, if you're not kind of getting on this new trend in the music industry, if you're not really connecting with people, making it about more than just your music, allowing them to connect with you, you're going to find things a lot harder. There are actually independent musicians out there right now that are really embracing this new way of doing things in the music industry. So they're marketing their music differently, they're really getting involved with fans, they're connecting on a different level, they may be vlogging, they may have a different interest which they're also kind of talking about alongside their music, and they're really doing things differently. And if you're just going out there and doing things the way that it's always been done, just putting out songs, not really connecting with your fans on any meaningful level, you're going to find things really hard. And those are the people that actually end up struggling on Spotify. They can't get those streams, they haven't really got a connection with their fans, so why are fans going to listen to you over the other people that do these additional things? Short answer, they're not. If you have a look around this channel, I'm going to be sharing a lot of information and advice on how you can do things differently, how you can really stand out in your music career. So if you haven't already, make sure you click like on this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that little bell icon so you get notified every time we have some helpful content that can help you in your music career. But I want to hear from you though. What do you think about this? Is Spotify killing the music industry? Is it a good thing? Let me know your thoughts. I'm really curious to hear. Leave a comment below and I'm going to reply to as many as possible in the first 24 or so hours. And if you haven't already, make sure you check the description. I always put a bunch of helpful resources in there, whether it's ebooks, whether it's courses, whether it's more videos. Either way, there's going to be something relevant to this. My name's Shaun Letang. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure you check out some of the others on the channel as well.